the cruiserweights. Both men, as you can see, are just under it. 190 pounds in the old language. Murdoch 188, Daniel Rousel 189. And I have to say, Barry, we've seen Daniel Rousel fight right up to heavyweight here in Knox, where he fought for the Victorian title. I've never seen him look in better shape.
He does look in beautiful condition. Just had a little bit of a step up for Paul. I mean, he really showed punches and combinations and moves that he hadn't used before. His last fight was a fairly easy two-round KO over Scott Parker, but the fight with Gavin Ryan showed me that Paul Murdoch can step up to that next level, and I think it's going to be a great cruiserweight championship fight tonight.
The opponent in the blue corner, fresh off a second-round KO over heavyweight Scott Parker. Close points losing to Daniel in Wollongong earlier this year, gunning for his first Australian title. 10 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 3 KOs. Trained by Bob Murdoch from Geelong, Paul Murdoch.
From his 10 wins, Rousel with 4 from 12. So 12 rounds isn't out of the question. And the Australian Cruiserweight title is up for grabs here. Paul Murdoch in the black trunks, Daniel Rousel from New South Wales in the red and gold. That should be a very exciting fight. Rousel, former amateur Australian champion, looks in great shape. Paul Murdoch continues to improve since making his debut in Geelong back in March 1998. And he is looking for revenge after losing a close split points decision back in February to Daniel Rousel on that occasion at the Snake Pit in Wollongong. Both men very well skilled, stylish fighters, Barry.
They both are. They both got beautiful left hands, you know, good defences, both very well tutored by their respective trainers. Bobby Murdoch, of course, Paul's father, ex-Australian champion. But, you know, both guys already, you can see the class they've got, leading beautifully with the left hand. Nice combination there from Danny Rousel. Looks very sharp, very fit tonight, Daniel Rousel. Oh, lovely left hook from Paul Murdoch. Lovely short left hook. Now, going to be a real classic contest, this.
Rousel starting the better, but Murdoch quickly landed the left hand, and that took the wind out of his sails.
We've got a case of Rousel, John, as ever the showman. He's neat, he's tidy. He's been sparring with the Australian heavyweight champion, Carly Meehan. 10 rounds, he's been sparring quite regularly, and I believe they've had some pretty good spars as they've been going, but Murdoch, ever the workman. Just nothing pretty about him. He's just a hard charger who just works very, very hard.
Throwing good, accurate, straight punches as well, Barry.
Beautiful left hand. I reckon Paul Murdoch's got the best left jab in the country at the moment. That, you know, look at those beautiful jabs he was landing. Good, clean jabs, Brad. I think he's got a great jab.
He just does it naturally. He's a very professional fighter, and he's been well tutored by Bobby. And Bobby fought my old trainer, Stretch Anderson, back on the old TV ringside days, John. And when he's been around a long time, so Paul Murdoch has grown up with boxing. No, he's got a good left hand, terrific left hand. Considering Bob Murdoch, when he was a fighter, was a southpaw, John.
He's still got to have a jab, though.
And with another left hand again.
Paul just looks like he's been able to settle in a little bit better than Daniel at this time. Daniel looks a little nervous, I guess, but it's the same in any fight. Any fight, that any fighter who's of equal ability, the bloke who's going to win the fight's most likely the bloke who settles down first.
Big moment, or biggest moment for both men. First Australian title. Exchange left hands on that occasion.
Oh,
the body, and that grabbed the attention of Rousel, now trying to protect his rib cage.
And another nice left hand.
That's what I noticed in Paul's last couple of fights with Gavin Ryan, with Gavin Ryan particularly. His left grip to the body has really, really, you know, come of age. His jab, and he leads off his jab, rips straight afterwards, and, you know, follows up with the hooks as well.
It's amazing, Barry. Both of these boys had terrific fights with Gavin Ryan, and he's a tremendous competitor, Gavin Ryan, and they both turned the corner after they fought Gavin Ryan.
Yeah, Gavin Ryan's a tough cookie, that's for sure. He certainly knows his way around.
I was fortunate enough to be a judge on Gavin Ryan with Gavin Ryan and Daniel Rousel at Lismore in May this year, and they fought a terrific fight, which was a draw over 8 rounds.
Yeah, he's fought all the best, Gavin Ryan. He's been into some real world-class opposition.
Daniel's just trying to work his opponent back into the corner, but run into another left hand there.
Yeah,
Murdoch's left hand just winning this fight for him so far.
He is. He's getting this round.
It's a little bit more on the punches from Murdoch at the moment.
Real classic exhibition this so far.
Rousell just looking a little puffy around the right eye as well, having taken some punishment from that jab of Paul Murdoch. End of round number 2 for the Australian Cruiserweight title.
Yeah, I'd say that's a 10-9 round of Paul Murdoch. Still fairly even. Both boys exchanging, good combinations, but, the whole fight so far has been fought off the left jab, Brad.
Yeah, good round for Paul Murdoch again. He's obviously just been able to settle it a little better into Daniel.
Let's see if we can listen in with Dad Bob and what he has for instructions.
That's good, mate. Keep on top of it, all right? Keep working. Get the work rate going. Get the work rate going, mate. All right? All the time. Keep your work rate up. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Instructions there from Bob Murdoch. Here's Paul Murdoch working to the rib cage of Daniel Rousell, and arguably the best moment in the fight.
Lovely. Yeah, good jab there too.
Every time he's thrown it.
Unassuming. None of the theatrics that we saw a little earlier from Karim Nasher.
Yeah, he doesn't waste any energy at all. It's all, very good technical stuff, but, he's nice and conservative and opens up when he has to.
He's very committed, young Paul Murdoch. As I said before, John, there's nothing pretty about him. He's just very, very workmanlike, and he's come here to do a job, and he's doing his job very well. Daniel Rousell's not giving up. He's certainly trying and trying to keep Paul. Oh, beautiful right hand over the top.
Clash of heads during that flurry as well that Daniel Rousell didn't get the best of. Murdoch firing away with the left hand, and Rousell answers with an overhand right.
Yeah, good comeback by Danny Rousell, but nice little short left hook inside there by Paul Murdoch. Very quick reflexes there.
And a fight worthy of an Australian title battle. Cruiserweight belt to the winner. And having called the Murdoch-Rousell fight back in February, I can tell you that there was a marked improvement in Paul Murdoch since then, without a doubt, Barry.
Yep. I've seen it in his last couple of fights. He really has just stepped up a level in class. Oh, nice work.
He's caught Daniel Rousell again here with a big right hand. A little over a minute remaining in round number 3, and Murdoch certainly getting on top now if he wasn't beforehand. Murdoch very confident at the moment. Waiting for Daniel Rousell to come forward, looking to pick him off. Rousell with a nasty cut around his right eye, it would appear. Just trying to get a close look at it, but it's above the right eye. And we're going to have to call the doctor in here, you would think, perhaps to have a look at it. No, Jim Boland's happy for them to continue.
It's in the eyebrow, I think. Spurred Danny Rousell into some action. Be a pity to see a classic contest like this. Oh, lovely uppercut. Nice uppercut from Paul Murdoch. Paul Murdoch
senses victory, Paul does.
Yeah, he's throwing the big ones here.
He's just wobbled Daniel there.
Well, after Murdoch was on the receiving end in the 4th round, here, round number 5, he's made it all his own. Starting to manhandle Daniel Rousell as well.
Oh, nice right hand by Rousell. Beautiful left hook.
Paul Murdoch was shaken then. I think he still is a bit groggy. That was a flush right hand. Oh, nice little uppercut in there from Paul Murdoch.
The skills of these two fighters is just incredible when you see it.
Real good, very well skilled fighters, these two. Especially for big men, Brad.
It's certainly worthy of an Australian title, isn't it?
Undoubtedly. Oh, nice little uppercut and load up with the right hand then Paul Murdoch.
He's certainly equal to the task, Daniel Rousell. He's not going to let Paul Murdoch just walk away with this, is he?
No.
Dropped his hands momentarily, and Murdoch went after him.
Nice left hook.
Yeah, lovely short hook in place there for
John. The body language of Daniel just tells me he's starting to tire a little bit.
Yep.
And just the mannerisms of him.
That last round, I said that it took a lot out of him. He put a lot of pressure on Murdoch, and it could take its toll on him. But he's he's still firing away with both hands well here.
Concluding stages, round number 5, scheduled for 12 for the Australian Cruiserweight title. Paul Murdoch in the black trunks at the moment, is getting on top of Daniel Rousell. Still a long way to go. Rousell just
a few times, but
it would be hundreds of stitches in that position.
A terrible pity.
But really, if he's got a good corner, they should be able to control that. That was that beautiful right hand from Danny Rousell. It really did shake Paul Murdoch there for a second.
The referee, Jim Boland,
as well. Brad Vicali has it 49-46.
Rousel using the ring a bit more at the start of this round, moving around, you know, instead of getting in there as he has been the last few.
He really needs to change his game plan just a little bit. He's letting the round slip away from him a little bit now. And if he... Oh, and a beautiful left hook right hand has got Paul in all sorts of spots.
Lovely right hand hit Paul Murdoch. A very clean knockdown there. And it was evidence in the last round that he could be caught with that right hand.
Absolutely. He got hurt that last round. Just goes to show you how a fight can turn so quickly.
For sure.
He's in trouble, Paul. In trouble here, round number 6. Rousel looking to finish it, trying to unload on Paul Murdoch. Rousel looking for his first Australian title is all business here in round number 6. Somewhat against the run of the fight so far. And Murdoch's still not steady on his feet. He's bleeding profusely from the mouth and looks a little unsteady.
No, he's definitely badly hurt.
He's still firing back artillery of his own.
Oh, and a beautiful right hand. Did you see that?
Lovely right hand comeback. He is bleeding very heavily from the mouth. He must have had a nasty cut there when he got hit with that right hand.
Rousel right on top of Paul Murdoch here in round number 6. He's a very tough customer, Murdoch, but Daniel Rousel unloading some big bombs.
He's on target with that right hand. It's dangerous for Paul Murdoch to be hit with any more of those, I tell you. Danny Rousel looking very confident at the moment.
It certainly looks like the tide of this fight has turned just that little bit. Daniel can smell victory. He's got Paul in a little bit of trouble here, and Paul just needs to be able to try and change the tide of this fight, Barry.
He does. He needs to get away and rest for the rest of this round if he can. Just stay away and move. Or
he's lost the round. He needs just
he's lost the round 10-8.
He needs to stay out of trouble now. Just forget this round and continue on. Just stay out of trouble.
Final 50 seconds as we approach the halfway stage of the Australian cruiserweight battle. And Murdoch firing back some artillery of his own. He looks a little second hand at the moment.
He does.
He's still not moving freely, and Daniel Rousel is just regathering himself here and is going to launch another assault.
I'll tell you what, I know what I'd be saying in Danny Rousel's corner. Just wait for that right hand over the top. He can be hit with it.
Get hit with that left hook again. He's just open for that. He's becoming a little bit flat-footed now, and that's the reason that he's standing there and getting hit for that. He's doing his work and then standing there, where before Johnny was doing his work and getting out. He was a little bit fleet of foot.
Opportunity now for Rousel. Murdoch drops his hands, and Rousel trying to pick him off here right at the end of round number 6. And Daniel Rousel has turned this fight around with a big right.
Really in this round at this stage.
Nice overhand. That right, it's looking dangerous, that right hand. He's been there all night with that.
He's landed some good ones. He landed a very good one at the start of this round, Paul Murdoch.
This fight's far from over, John.
Less than 30 seconds remain, round number 7. This has been a difficult round for our judges to score. Slater Gus
coming from Murdoch's nose. Maybe he's carrying a cold into this bout.
Looking upstairs there with the left hand, Murdoch. And Rousel's equal to the challenge at the moment.
Exchanging very good jabs, both boys.
Rousel's found his left hand now.
He's biting down hard on his mouth guard. Rousel walked into a left hand, but now he backs up Murdoch, who staggered again with a right hand, and Daniel Rousel comes on strong.
Yeah, that right hand's been a winner for Daniel Rousel.
Murdoch was doing everything technically correct then. His left lead was going good. He hit him with an overhand right, and he suffered a right hand himself.
Solid shots being landed in close as well here. Middle stages of this 8th stanza. We heard Frank Keane just urging Daniel Rousel on as he triples up with a jab. Paul Murdoch.
A little right hand in close.
Now Rousel opens up and he backs up Murdoch once more. He's on unsteady legs. He appears to be in some trouble here. Rousel getting on top of Paul Murdoch. Referee Jim Boland is covered in blood himself at the moment. Both men have been bleeding since early in the fight.
By Rousel.
Yeah, good right hand again by Rousel. Murdoch looking in a little bit of trouble here.
John, I said earlier, I think this fight was going to be fought in 2 halves, and it appears that way that it's happened. Rousel's found a second win.
Yep.
Found a left hand. He's just starting to sort of get on top of Paul Murdoch now.
This is not a lot of aggression coming from Paul Murdoch at the moment. It's all defence as he tries to hold Daniel Rousel at bay. Rousel never been in better shape, and it's showing here as we get inside the last 30 seconds of this 8th round.
I tell you, when a fight's even, if you've got great condition, it's a great help, I tell you.
Oh, absolutely.
Now Rousel again opening up on Murdoch, and he's down here in round number 8 for the second time.
He's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble for Murdoch.
Referee Jim Boland with the count. Now Daniel Rousseau marches across the ring. He's looking for a finish here against Paul Murdoch. Unloaded some big shots. Murdoch on the retreat once more, right at the end of round number 8. Murdoch is down again.
They've stopped the fight.
They've waved it away.
It's a good right hand.
27-year-old Murdoch. 11th fight. Trained by his father, Bob. Rated Australian cruiserweight.
There's a good jab there.
Well, it doesn't.
Okay, come on,
It's no
punch it out,
advantage really to Murdoch to
punch it
work
out.
him tight, is it? So with the longer reach, height, stay out of trouble, as he is here.
Yeah, just box on the outside. Uses combinations from the outside. And just doing comes too.
Watch Smith's video of the way he fought and try and emulate that, or have you got your own style?
Try to emulate. Oh man, I think he was a great fighter in his day. He fought in an era which, you could say they were world champions. And I like the style like Muhammad Ali. People can use their ring, box, and make it look like an art. And when Murdoch is moving like that and boxing well, that's
The boys to punch it out, doesn't want him to get locked up.
the right hand. Another left.
That reach advantage started to tell.
It is. Virginia's got to understand that.
Watch your heads. Yeah, watch your heads.
Because the speed
There you go.
is getting through.
Same thing. Good work.
Second down, round 6.
Hold on. Okay, box.
That jab just
Never underthreat in that regard.
yeah. When I like to fight, I like to give the people a show and give the fans a show
Punch it out.
and make sure that they've seen a great spectacle.
Yeah, but do you give them a show at the risk of losing the fight? But quite a...
The body's wide open. He's got to go straight for the body.
quite a lot of families involved in the fight game over in Australia over the years.
Yeah, there has been great families. You have the Sanders brothers back in the 60s and 70s.
Let him go.
Now myself and my father.
Let's have a look at some of this work from Paul Murdoch. He's been effective in the early rounds, and again tonight. Working hard, just trying to find his way through Virginia's defences. Virginia tries to find his way through the fence.
When he is when he has got Virginia at bay, he's really working off that jab really nicely, and he works some combination where you can get Virginia pedaling backwards. There's his jabs.
The corner of Aston.
There's a jab, working off that jab. Just stay at arm's length and box, which is Murdoch is doing. Good body shot by Murdoch. Mental strength comes right into play. And it's going to be mental that will pull Virginia through if he can stop Murdoch here.
Has he got the punch to put down the big Australian? That's the question as we go into round 12, the last round of this light heavyweight South Pacific Championship bout. Virginia got a big left from Murdoch.
Punch it out.
Nothing to do. Anthony's corner. He's telling him, come on.
Come on, get busy. Let him go. Come on, move. He's up there. Score. Come on, score practice.
I think the puncher will do it for Virginia is the left hand. It's more of a left hook. I know he's southpaw, so it's not a straight right hand for an orthodox. And there it is to the body. Need to bring it upstairs.
Come on. Punch it out, let him go, Paul.
Nowhere to hide in the boxing ring. So Murdoch's fought this fight tactically, very sensitive. shakes now. I think he has to really put on the big bag if he's going to win this fight.
Actually,
Only 15 seconds to go now.
Big bomb, Paul. Finish good. Finish good.
I didn't have the fireworks that some were hoping for or expecting. Nevertheless, it's a tough game. 12 rounds of boxing for the South Pacific light heavyweight title. And as many of us predicted, it did go the distance. But I suppose Anthony Mundine, you're under no doubts as to who the victor was in that fight.
Yeah, he dominated from the start with his jab and left hands, and I really feel that he's done enough to win tonight. Unfortunately for Bugnini, you know, it's back to the drawing board and see what happens, you know, in his future.
Stranger things have happened, though, haven't they? Commentators have gone the wrong way, but I respect your opinion, Anthony Mundine, and we'll await the judges' decision to see if that coincides with yours. Big effort from the young 27-year-old from Geelong and Victoria. As I mentioned, scorecards. Pass him on to John Tyler, ring announcer for tonight. A fairly confident looking Paul the Shadow Murdoch.
112, 116 for Murdoch. So we've got split points.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen, give both boxers a big hand. 12 rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision.
Well, exactly.
Judge number 1 gives it 117, 112 to Anthony Bugnini. Judge number 2 gives it 117 to 112 to Paul Murdoch. Judge number 3 gives 116 to 112. Still, South Pacific Light Heavyweight Champion, Anthony Bugnini!
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
There you go. We got it wrong in the commentary box, but I don't know what fight they were watching.
Well, Paul, I get the sense you feel a bit robbed there.
Look, I think, you know, he did a bit more work, but, geez, how much of it was landing, you know? There's scoring parts of the body, not the shoulders and the side of the head and everywhere else. Look at me, I'm not even, you know?
Mate, was this a late call-up for you?
No. Oh, sort of. No, not really. I was prepared. I'm good as gold, but I'm just a bit bewildered how you can get decision. So, I mean, the points, maybe if it's 115, 116, something like that each way, but then when you got a 17 and a 12, then a 117 and another 117, 12, someone's not watching things properly.
Mate, I get the, mate, I get the, come here. I get the feeling that the crowd's right behind you tonight. You had plenty of support.
Yeah, I appreciate it, but, you know, you give it in there and look what happens.
Mate, well done.
Yeah, obviously disappointed Paul Murdoch. I really thought that he had the fight and did enough to win. How do you see it, Dale?